Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with your final video of the evening, a Screenwriter's Rant on the new trailer release of Run, Hide, Fight. What is this? Well, the Daily Wire, conservative website, I guess, media group, we'll call it. They're branching out into narratives. I've got two places to send screenplays to now. Hooray. Hooray for that. Hooray for getting back to actual stories that aren't obsessed with gender identity, that don't, substitute a bunch of woke nonsense for story. This looks pretty good. It's called Run, Hide, Fight. What's the premise, you may ask? Well, starts out with a father and daughter team. She's learning how to hunt and fire a rifle, and she's got some issues. Her dad's trying to help her out, and she's going to high school. Although she looked, quite frankly, the actress to me looked a little old to be a high schooler. I don't know if it's just the way it was shot, but anyhow, she goes to high school that day, and it's a prank day or whatever, and everything's fine and normal, and here's one of her friends, and suddenly, boom, chaos. These guys burst into the school, and they take it over with guns, and they appear to be other students. So it's an active shooter situation, and I'm not sure. I assume these guys are like based on the Columbine guys or whatever, kind of, that kind of thing. And here they are, forcing all the kids to live stream it, and she is like Die Hard, right? I was talking to a friend about this. It's like Die Hard in a school, or female Die Hard in a school. That would have been the old pitch. But she's kind of like that. You see, she's all like, I'm going to beat these guys. So she runs and hides, and you see her, doing all these things to get away. And meanwhile, these guys are serious. They're like killing people. They like kill a couple teachers and people who resist. And she gets away by, she tries to run out the front door. They rig the door. She hides with bodies in order to escape. Here's a teacher who calls 911 but gets caught by one of the shooters. She's trying to tell her, no, don't get up. And they shoot her, right? And then she has to run away. And now these guys are holding everybody hostage, and she gets out. So this is a one part of the movie they give away, I guess. Looks like she gets out, and they're saying, well, we're going to kill a hostage every 5 minutes. But then you see her have a second thought in her head, and she decides to go back and save everybody. And she, leads people to safety and fights these guys, and then her dad shows up, and the sheriff shows up, and the guys shoot at the sheriff because they're crazy. And then, I don't know if the father does some sniping, maybe. I think in the end she probably saves the day. And then they are shooting at her in the hallway, and then they capture her, and so I'm sure it looks very exciting. It's called Run, Hide, Fight. And then the line in the movie is like, you did all this to be remembered, but they're only going to remember me. So it's not a bad line. It's a good premise. It's a controversial topic, surely. People will be, I have a friend who has a kid, and he was into all the most gross horror movies you could possibly think of. And then after he had a kid, he said, I can't watch anything where kids are endangered. I get too freaked out. So this might be one of those movies. Like he couldn't watch it. He couldn't watch it. But I could watch it. I don't have any kids. So I would totally watch this. I mean, it looks like a decent action movie with a solid premise, a different premise. For the most part, I don't recall a whole lot of, there are some that take place in a school. I don't recall one this specific to a shooting incident that wasn't based on like one of the real shooting incidents. But yeah, I would totally watch this. So looks like a solid entry, and the fact that it's from the Daily Wire might actually have a unique perspective on it. You know, might actually be pro gun, pro Second Amendment, which, you know, I'm all for that. Let's see if I recognize anybody who worked on this thing. Written and directed by Kyle Rankin. I don't know him. Oh, it looks like Ben Shapiro was one of the executive producers. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, yeah, Daily Wire. Makes sense. We are looking at a split in Hollywood, I guess. We've got the conservative new Hollywood now and the old Hollywood. And that's a huge advantage for the new Hollywood, because the new conservative Hollywood is new. And new in the world of movies, in the world of entertainment, is always better. It's always better. The old stuff is old. It's old hat. Who cares? So this is something that's long overdue. It really is. Because Hollywood has become so politicized. Because they have driven so many perfectly talented people out of the business simply because of their political beliefs. This is what we need. And I'm happy, and I hope to be a part of it. And James Woods will finally be back in the movie, everyone. Let's go. Let's make movies.